I gave her. You see?
Way too.
You know, y'all, a brother's starting to get up there in age, bruh. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Next month is my 32nd birthday. I'll be 32 next month, bro. Suckers in Twitch chat for the past, hell, 10 years it seemed like, been trying to call me the unk 23 now, the old head 23. I don't deserve this. I'm still young. I'm still in my prime. Ain't no unk action going on yet. I ain't got no grays in my face. Well, I actually do got like 2 grays in like my hair, but that's besides the point. Like, you ain't seeing the grays pop out, bro. You ain't seeing that. This is a part of life, you know. We all get older, you know. As we get older, we get wiser, or I mean, you're supposed to get more wiser and mature. I actually wanted to do this video because some of my viewers send me messages, you know, from time to time, like asking me advice on things like this and different situations that they might be going through. Again, I'm out of my 20s now. And you know what? The time flies, bro. I literally remember when I graduated high school and my mom had said, "Hi, Jeremy, you're out of high school now. Time gonna fly by. Before you know it, you're gonna be 25 and 30. Here I am. Things that a brother wished that I knew in my 20s. A lot of this stuff is going to be like cliche stuff that you've heard of before, but there's a difference between, you know, hearing about it and actually like doing it and like executing it. Those are two totally different things, because it could be hard for a lot of people. The number one thing, stop comparing yourself to others. When I was in my early 20s, I used to constantly do this. And again, this is a thing that like a lot of people do. I still today have to catch myself like, hey, stop. Like, stop comparing yourself, your life to others, bro. Y'all are on 2 completely different paths. And especially when you add in social media today, to where, you know, whoever you follow on YouTube or Twitch or Instagram, you're seeing that they doing all these big things, and like it seems like their life is perfect, and you know, they traveling the world and making millions upon millions of dollars. You know, your favorite celebrity out there, you know, it seems like they just living your perfect life. You have a lot of people today that I feel like try to live vicariously through their favorite content creator or their favorite celebrity, favorite YouTuber, Twitch streamer, whatever. And it's kind of one of those things that your life is so trash and so repetitive and so mundane that you kind of attach yourself to this person. And that saying that comparison is the thief of joy, I truly believe that, because when you are constantly comparing yourself to someone else, especially when they're in a totally different place in their life compared to where you are, it really does do damage to your mind and how you view yourself in the long run, if that's how you live your life. Constantly comparing yourself to this guy, or constantly comparing yourself to this woman, this content creator, or this celebrity, whoever they're looking up to. They might be in their 30s, 40s, whatever, been grinding at whatever that they're successful at now for years, but we don't see the stuff behind the scenes. We just see the finished product. People don't care about the rough path it took to get there, and the sleepless nights and you starving to get to wherever you are now. People just love to see the finished product. Again, a lot of us have heard about like, stop comparing yourself to others, but it's hard to do. Like, it's actually hard to do and like catch yourself when you're doing it. And I had to catch myself many a times over the years comparing myself to others. You know, I do this YouTube thing, so anybody that is a content creator knows what how much of a beast this thing is. You get wrapped up into the numbers, you get wrapped up into the views, you get wrapped up into the algorithm and trying to, you know, get your vids to be seen. And when you see any of your peers doing better than you, seems like they channel was blowing up and yours is just stagnant, you ain't getting the same amount of attention, and you feel like you're putting in the same amount of effort and work and passion and creativity that they're doing. Y'all could be doing the same exact thing, but for some reason it's working for them but not you. Come on now, content creators, y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop comparing yourself to others. It does nothing for you in the long run. I guess this one can kind of tie in with the whole stop comparing yourself, but when I was younger, I used to be really hard on myself, like really hard. If I didn't, you know, if I was trying to do something and like I failed at it, like I would beat myself up for that. I would get into a depression. Like I was scared to fail, so it will kind of lead into me not wanting to try different things. We do more beating up of ourselves than actually patting ourselves on like the back when we do something good. You know, so that's another thing. If I could rewind back the hands of time, be like, yo, bro, stop being so hard on yourself. Like when I was trying to make, you know, this whole thing of me being able to do content creation for like a living, dog, and I've told, like, you know, these stories on like Twitch before. I'm able to do what I love now because of all of the freaking psychological and war battles that I went through when I was younger to get to this point. The amount of like mental stress that I had at that time in my life, to where when I had first quit my like 9 to 5 job, I was working at Target, and I was just so fed up, bro. Like the people that was in charge, like, you know, if you work retail, like, bro, these suckers don't give a damn about you. I would have to be at the door at 6 a.m. because you would have to unload the freaking trucks at 6 a.m. Sometimes it'd be these 2 or maybe even 3 huge behind trucks that you had to unload and put on the line and put on each pallet. Like, if you work retail, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The workload would be so much, and it's just like if you didn't finish, they would yell at you for not finishing. And it's like, bro, how do you expect anybody to, what the freak do you think I am, a robot? Like, but that's literally how they treat you, like freaking drones. And I remember this was like around like, I think a month before E3 2015, and I literally put in my 2 weeks. I was like, hey, I'm out. I'm out. I can't do this no more. I'm putting in my 2 weeks. And I still remember my supervisor at the time, because at that time, like, you had like a few people leaving, and like I was a good worker. So when I put in my two a week, she like stared at me for like a second. She was like, sure you want to do that? And I'm like, yes, I am sure I want to do that. This place sucks. So put in my 2 weeks, and I didn't even make the announcement at that time on YouTube, because I kind of felt like at that time it was kind of not corny, but it was just like, I didn't want to come off like, hey guys, I just quit up my job and I'm gonna try to do YouTube full of time. Support me, please. Like I didn't want to like come off like that, like at that time. So I did it in secret, and I don't think I like made the announcement until like maybe 2.5 years later, that hey, I'm doing this full of time now. But what turns off a lot of people from, you know, working towards whatever goal that they're trying to work towards is, 1, the fear of failure, 2, how actually long it takes to get there, because again, it's not gonna be quick like that. Like, those are the rare occasions to where it's just like, yo, this seems like this person just blew up overnight. That ain't gonna happen for most people. Most of the times, it's gonna be a long, stressful, depressive, sleepless nights type of thing to where I feel like a lot of people are not built for that. A lot of people are not ready for that. And there's been so many times to where I was depressed over trying to make this happen. Not eating, freaking social life reduced to atoms.
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
Some of you guys might remember that 2016 vid I did where I was like in my car on like, I think it was New Year's, early in like the morning, like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was crying in my car. I think the vid is called 2016. Why I was in that moment, bro, them 2 years that followed after I quit working at Target and was just doing YouTube, bruh. Bro, you want to talk about some of the brokest, most depressing days of my like life, really. Like, I remember like the YouTube checks that I would get would be like, if it was good, a good check, it'd be like maybe $560, something like that. And trying to make that junk stretch for over a freaking full month, because that's the only income I had at the time was YouTube. I wasn't doing Twitch. Didn't have my job no more. Some of the broke and like the little bills that I had, dog. I remember my checkings account would be in the negative. My savings got like 5 cents in it. Like, and this was going on for like 2 years. I'm like, bro, this junk is not working out. This junk is not working out. Maybe I do have to go back to that freaking trash behind Target. And, you know, I had to pick myself up, bro. But those were times where I did have suicidal thoughts. You know, I'm like, I failed. I picked myself back up. I got, you know, a little side job, you know, just to kind of, and at that time I was like really, I had no social life. Because again, a lot of us that do this content creation know, bro, this stuff, a lot of the times, bro, you don't even get out the house, bro. The only time you go out the house is to get food, and it's just to be in your car, go to the drive-through, whatever, and you go right back home. Like, there, if you're really trying to make this jump, there is no social life, bro. So honestly, like, looking back at that time, because it was a job at Party City, but I look back at that time, I'm like, yo, I needed that. Because like, when I was like, I actually enjoyed that stint of my life, like working there, because like, it got me to socialize more. I was making a little bit more money, of course, and like it kind of built myself like back up. Like, okay, yeah, I failed, but you know, I'm still doing YouTube again on the side while I'm, you know, working this, you know, little small part-time job. Moments like that is really things that, you know, most people don't see. You don't see the behind the scenes of it. Again, people only see the finished product. So at those times, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going on like a tangent, but at those times, those are the times really where you cannot beat yourself up and be too hard on yourself, because nothing is going right. If you're beating yourself up about that junk constantly and just saying, I'm a failure, I suck, no one cares, at those times, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going on like a tangent, but especially when you don't have a good support system, and you know, you have no one like pushing you to do, and like, that's another thing, when you don't have a good support system around you, and really all you have to motivate yourself is yourself, and no one else, no one around you believes in what the hell you're doing. Well, I remember before I this is, it's just so much stuff is starting to come like back to my head. When I first got out of high school, And like my mom wanted me to go to college, and I wanted to go to college at that time for game design. And I was going to take out an $80,000 loan because I was going to this private like animation and game, you know, college, whatever. And I held off on it for a bit. I was like, giving me like a little bit more time, and then I decided like, why do I have to go to college right after high school? Like, why? Like, you know, like we feel certain pressures of like, you know, I have to do this because like this is what people do, right? Like right out of high school, they just go into college. I literally remember at that point, I was what, 18 or 19? Why? Why do I have to go to college right after high school? Why? Like, what rule is there saying that I have to do this? And I remember like telling my mom this, and I was like, I'm just gonna like hold off for like a year. And she was like, she, you know, she wasn't bad, like mad about it or nothing like that. She was like, boy, I hope you know what you doing. I hope you know what you doing. She did not believe whatever the hell. She still today don't understand how I make money. She don't. But it's gotten to the point where I've been doing it for so long. I don't ask for, hey, can you give me this, or can I freaking pay bills? So it's like gotten to the point to where like I've been doing it for so long. She don't even ask anymore. It's just like, okay. But at that time, like she was like, so you're just gonna do this? You're just gonna upload videos on what's the site called? YouTube? And that's what you plan on? Like, she probably didn't know it at like the time, but like she was killing my confidence in my dream. I'm starting to get emotional. She was killing my confidence in my oh boy. I did not expect that I would be crying, but she was I remember at that I remember at that point, like my dad would be more supportive in like what I was doing, and like I haven't lived with this other since I was like what, 7. So it's one of those things where I don't even think she knew she was doing it, but like yeah, she was like killing my confidence and like, yo, I don't even know if I could do this because my freaking own mom is like pretty much saying you're stupid. You don't know what the hell you're doing. So yeah, at times like that, to where you know you don't have a support system, and you know you're trying to do something but it's not going right for you. If you're being hard on yourself, it's not going to be good, because if you ain't got nobody and not even yourself trying to motivate you, who do you have? If you're fighting to, you know, get out of the rat race and stop working the 9 to 5, you have a bum ass job you hate waking up every freaking day to go to, and you're trying to, you know, build up a business on like the side. One, you got to have a passion about that. You have to be motivated to keep on doing something about that every single day. And two, you can't be hard on yourself when it's not working as fast as you thought. Like, so yeah, stop being too hard on yourself as well. Being okay with being alone. I feel like this is a thing that a lot of people today struggle with. Honestly, dog, I don't even remember the last time I've been in a relationship. I really don't. I really don't. But guys in my Twitch chat be like saying, like, I mean, there's a lot of guys and women, right, that feel like they have to be in a relationship to like have happiness or like to be complete. Like a lot of people are just not okay with being alone. They just cannot do it. If they're alone, they're doing something wrong, right? And Yeah, when I was in my early 20s, bro, and I was trying to, make all the YouTube stuff happen and I didn't have a social life, wasn't getting out like that. I'm like, I'm trying to build myself up. I'm trying to build up my business. Once all this falls into place, then all the hoes just gonna
Yes, sir. Yes,
they just
sir.
gonna come because that's how it works, right? But yeah, I mean, bro, society makes you feel like if you're single, something is wrong with you. Like, what the frick do you mean you're single? You don't have a significant other to cry on? You don't have a significant other to love? What is wrong with you? And like, a lot of people be getting in relationships just to say, hey, I'm in a relationship, but the relationship is not even good. It's toxic, as people love to say now. And there are a lot of people that struggle with this, and like people that be in my Twitch chat, they always be saying, bro, I ain't got no girl. I ain't gonna put out no names and nothing like that, but you can see that it bothers them that they don't have a girl, and yeah, definitely I feel like this is something that it took me years to get like comfort in. Because again, bro, if you want me to be all the way 1,000, I truly feel like I haven't had a girl like really look at me like, ooh, like, yo, I like actually want to be with you since like high school. Like honestly, since high school, and every time a girl would show me interest, every time I would be like, I would be like, what's wrong with you? Like it was like almost like it's almost like I was like, you're interested in me? Ew, why? Get away from me. Like that. That's how this happens every single time a girl has showed me interest. Like it don't matter if I thought they was fine, but it was more so the girls I wasn't into. When they would show me interest, I'd be like, bro, why is it always these? Hey, let's just be all the way 1,000. Most times, the suckers that be attracted in you, you're not attracted to them. Let's just be all the way 1,000. So, it was stuff like that. But then, girls that I actually was attracted to and was like talking to at like school or work when I was working at the grocery store or Target, whatever. Anytime they would show interest, I would be like, I would kind of like put a wall up, and I guess I was like, I was definitely insecure at that point in my life, and I feel like I'm scared to like commit to, especially today. I'm definitely scared to not scared, but very, very hesitant on committing to a person. Very hesitant, especially today, bro. I don't trust nobody. Like after years, you kind of do, get used to it. And honestly, bro, with how I hear the dating market is today, and all the stuff you hearing about today, how suckers got just multiple partners and they just swinging it like, I don't even want to be. If I'm being real, bro, it don't even sound good. And I'm not saying there are no good relationships out there. I'm sure that there are, but a lot of them today, bro, they don't even sound worth being into. Like it sounds just stressful. Like I just feel like I'm at the point in my life to where I don't need no extra drama or stress in my life. If you ain't bringing peace to me, why the hell am I with you? So like I today, like again, I haven't had a relationship and God knows when. God knows when. But I am completely content with that, bro. I really am. Now if that perfect sister does come around, of course I would entertain it, but I'm not looking for it. And I really never have. And for years, I used to think, like, yo, is something wrong with me? Why I'm not like, there's a lot of people out there that a insecurity with being alone. Even to a little bit still today, I still kind of have a slight insecurity about it. But I'm way more content with it. And for the guys that be in my Twitch chat, or whoever is watching this vid, really, there's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you if you're single, bro. When you're not in a relationship, you're able to focus more on just yourself for a one, and like what you're just able to focus on you and your goals more so you build up your money, you try to work towards whatever goal you're working on, you build up your self-esteem. Like, that's what I've been doing since I don't really like be looking for relationships like that. And I truly feel like today I am better mentally and especially self-esteem wise than I have ever been before. And I don't need a relationship to validate that, I guess is what I'm saying. So that's another thing that I would tell myself when I was younger, to just being okay with being alone. And last but not least, bro, being more financially responsible. I feel like this is, bro, if I saved back when I was in my early 20s the way I save now, oh my god. oh my god, bro. That is probably one of the biggest things that I can like really say I wish I did more so of back in my early 20s. Bro, when I was in my every time I would get paid, I would just spend it on games and food. Like I wasn't even thinking about saving and putting money to the aside. I really wasn't. Like, I really don't feel like I really started like truly like saving until like what? Maybe 2020? That was what, 3 years ago. Like, this was like, bro. And especially when like no one like teaches you about, like, I never had my parents like really teach me about saving. They didn't really like know too much stuff about this. My friends didn't teach me nothing about this. I feel like now you have a lot more channels and like influencers out there that like preach about how important stuff like this is. But like in the early like like in the 2010s, you didn't really have like a lot of that stuff going on like you do today. And yeah, man, I just remember when I would like get paid, like I didn't even think about saving this junk. Like it honestly wasn't even a thought. It was just like, oh, I got paid, okay, what can I buy? Like that's just how it was. And like, yeah, I mean, once you get older, no one wants to work for their entire life. So you definitely want to, as soon as you possibly can, be putting money to the side. Like, put the money to the side for a rainy day, as they say, because that money ain't always going to be coming in. And then when you have an unexpected obstacle that comes in your life and you ain't got no money put to the side, what are you going to do? So yeah, that is something that I would implore that any person, and you don't even got to be in your early 20s, bro. If I knew this at like 16, 17, 18, whatever, put money to the side and save and invest as soon as you possibly can, because that will set you up in the oncoming years for the near future, and you're going to be happy that you did that. I was just having this conversation with my friend like last month. He buys out like every day. If it's not DoorDash or Uber, like he is always buying out fast food. And I remember like a few years back, I had like put all the money, like I was calculating each time I spend cash on food, and at the end of the month it was like at $600 something, and I was just like, hey yo, what the I want y'all to test one time, if y'all don't do this, every single time you buy out, every single time you spend money on food, put it in like your notes or something, and then at the end of the month add it all together. You might be shocked how much money people blow on food. This gotta stop. And I started to get, and because of the pandemic, I started to, cook more. Now I try to, space out when I decide to buy it, because I still do enjoy buying out. I mean, who doesn't? But now I try to space it out more, and that has really helped me, bro. People, you don't realize how much money you spend on food on the daily, because we need food, right? So do that too. So yeah, just being more financially responsible. That is probably one of the most important things that if I could tell myself when I was in my early 20s, and the mindset that I have today, oh boy, that's really all. I really feel like those were the main things that I felt like really affected me back in my early 20s. I hope this helped out somebody, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this vid. I know this was like a random vid, but this was a topic that I had on like my list of vid ideas that I look at sometimes for months. I just haven't really got down to sit down and like actually talk about it, so I wanted to do it today, man. So I hope it helped out somebody, man. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Till my next video, my brothers and sisters, I'll catch you boys in my next one. All right.